Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tenez the Human, and welcome back to our Medieval 2 American Rebels campaign. And you join us in the centre of the map. We're going to try and take out the Tarascans. We reckon we might have a little bit of a chance if we can nick Zakapu right now and perhaps swing round to their other cities. So, yeah, we have only 3 of them, 1 under siege. We might just have an opportunity here, especially if we can take out this force in the field. Not in the field, sorry, the opposite of the field, in the city. Yeah, so if we can defend the city against them, we might well be able to deplete them like we have seen before. I can't remember which town that was. One of them over here anyway. Yeah, this one over here. Tolakan. We did that and we baited them in before. That's very much going to be our plan once again. In spite of the lovely orangey gold colour they've got, they need to be destroyed. So we're going to try our best with that because, you know, what else are we going to do? To be honest, yeah, down here we're just going to retreat to the river. This guy can't go anywhere apart from the town, or it's just too far to get him over to the mine territories. It's not going to happen. So we'll see if we can use this guy as a distraction as well. But as we found out, our armies are terrible. Absolutely terrible. Eagle Warriors and Jaguar Warriors are pretty much the best we've got, because everything else pretty much breaks immediately, and even those chaps haven't really managed to carry the day for us just yet. So we're going to take on Zakapu right now, but yeah, I'm just going to try and use up the trash. I don't really want to use up or get these Arab warriors killed, because they might at least be vaguely useful in the battles to come. There are 3 good units here. I'm going to save those. Those have been reinforcements that I will control. So hopefully we'll have a chance. Up in the north with the Apaches, though, things are looking much, much better. We have eyes on the capital, the Apache camp. Now, whilst there's still a fair few troops in there, we're looking, yeah, we're looking like we've got a good set of units on the way. We've got some of the reinforcements from the east of the map, and yeah, more and more coming. This guy over here is trapped behind the river. That should hopefully give us a good opportunity to pick off this. With any luck, we'll be able to have this guy join our faction along with his army, because not the worst army in the world. I wouldn't mind having it on my side if at all possible. And of course we have the Mayans, who were supposed to be simple enough, weren't they? Oh dear, no. As I've been saying, we might well lose this campaign. I'm not convinced that this one's going to necessarily end well. Perhaps the fact that I don't know this game as well is very much starting to tell. Just lacking any unit diversity, really. I'm struggling with the units. I miss my cavalry. I'm very much a cavalry kind of player, but there's quite a lot of Eagle Warriors in this army. This army could be good force to win us the day. So yeah, we're going to head in there as well. We have 6 rams, so we're ready to head in. I think that is pretty much where we need to begin. So let's head into Zakapu to start off with, and hopefully this one should be simple enough. The prince himself, marvellous. Now he's going to cause us a lot of problems, fierce in battle. We're also struggling from the sort of start of game half-decent general syndrome, and yeah, just any lack of a general really is causing us a lot of problems. Plus morale there, but nothing too much overall. Okay, well, let's head in then. Let's see if we can take him out. As we get started then, we're immediately going to utilise the sheer amount of ladders we have to try and outmaneuver them. So these towers over here are all pretty quiet. We're going to head into this sort of a section of the wall, and hopefully that will pull them out of position, and we'll start running everyone else into the position we want them. Now, how are they in range? I'm kind of surprised that we are in range here. Oh, well. Yeah, they're going to start shuffling along, are they? Yes, indeed they are. So let's just start sending everyone else forward. They will turn that on momentarily as they wander past it, but you know what, it's fine. Now, are they going to hang around there? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, maybe. What are they even doing? They've shuffled back over here now. Okay. Do I still want to attack? I don't know. But at least we managed to avoid most of the arrows most of the time at this point. They are still hanging around that area. They now have people on the gates. Ah, okay. They're sending people round here. That makes some sense. Okay. So what do I want to do? What I probably want is to get some archers in the best position I can, which might well be up on this little side hill here, assuming we're not in range. So I'm just going to run those over there nice and quick. Hopefully they'll be able to do something useful. These four over here actually. Yeah, you get yourselves into that position. That's absolutely fine. We haven't lost that many yet. A few at this point. They're still wavering, which is a little bit annoying. Tarascan warriors, they are basic lads as well, much like slightly better defences, which is mildly concerning. Mildly concerning, but I guess we'll just have to do what we can. You guys get yourself into there, and to be honest, I think we're just going to have to hope these guys stand for just a little bit longer. You chaps get yourself onto that hill. Perfect. Look how terrible these arrows are. They're doing absolutely nothing. You know what? Let's just ignore fire, shall we? Let's take it off fire, and just basic arrows will have to do the job. Surprised these guys have fought as long as they have, so well done to them. But they are pretty much doomed, I would suggest. You chaps head through there, see if you can push everything over the line. Don't really want to commit any more men to this because I don't want to lose too many troops. I don't mind losing these basic, slightly rubbish lads, but don't want anything more than that. They're now running around there, which is thus our opportunity. Our opportunity to come and head into those sorts of parts of the wall. That is lovely. There are arrows coming into my lads on the hill, which should not really be the case, preferably. So we'll try and pull them out of there as quickly as possible. They are officially routing, which is irritating, but what have they done? They've killed half the unit. Not really good enough, to be honest. It's just a big wiggly mess on top of the wall, but I can't have noticed, yes, they do have much better headdresses than us, which, yeah, against our man buns, I don't think we're going to succeed here today on this wall. However, the Wangling has at least left us, well, these guys are getting shot down, which is good. But yes, the Wangling has managed to leave us over here with what I hope is a flanking manoeuvre. We're going to get ourselves up on this wall nice and quick. These guys hopefully aren't going to have any bug which prevents them from climbing. No, all is good. And I would very much hope that we can clear off these guys. 9 and 10. Okay, they are just basic enough spearmen. That is no problem. We'll wait for the reinforcements to get on top of that hill before we worry too much about any more of that nonsense. Are you actually doing okay? You're doing surprisingly well. They're down to 19, we're down to 22. Are our guys here fleeing? It looks like they might be. Okay, these archers are just standing in front of the wall getting shot at this point. Which isn't really ideal. Let's just run them over there. I think they've got a bit distracted by who to shoot at, haven't they? Indeed they have. Now we do still have a general, don't we? Yeah, there's still a general on that plaza. Hopefully we'll keep back enough arrows. Right, these guys are now into battle. Yeah, and we'll just get the pincer movement on there. Hopefully that will disable the tower. It probably won't because they're still near enough, and the game does like to be a little bit fiddly about that kind of thing. You'd like to think that we control it, but we're probably going to get shot in the back. Obviously, I'm losing quite a few troops here, but the main thing about this is the troops that we are losing, and what we're basically losing are the trash units, which I guess isn't ideal because we still need as much as we can, but we'll have to we'll just have to take what victories we can get, I think. Victory on the walls. They've given up the walls over on this section, and we have defeated them over on this part over there. So I think it's time to send in the ram, knock down the gate, and walk on in. And as you might well expect, they are standing to the very last here. No charging from them. I think they could see that was suicide. Even this reinforcement archer hasn't quite had enough missiles to finish off the general. He's used his entire round of arrows on him from a decent position as well, I might add. Ah dear, well, we'll have to send in the javelins to finish them off. Come on, lads, get yourselves forward. Run into position. And then you can throw in your lovely javelins just to finish us off. So, let's get us on to play. There we go. Throw them in, lads. Throw them in. Let's end this battle. Now, this is a good position for us to start off with. There we go. It gives us a platform to defend from. So, in this part of the world, we obviously want to try and hold on to this particular town and draw them in, kill as many as possible. Hopefully on the river, we'll have a similar story. And from Bulpo, we can hopefully make a little pounce onwards. Now, that might look like a ridiculous amount of losses for that, but to be honest, taking the walls against several units infantry, we're always going to lose some. So I think I'll take it. It was mainly the trashy infantry anyway. I think those losses were pretty much necessary, but we managed it as well as I think we could have. Another victory for us then, sack the city, and with that we have ourselves, well, what is a fairly solid force to try and hold the town. Now, if we're going to try and hold this, we've got those 9 there. They can probably run off, actually, because we've got, 5 empty slots. So you run over to Bulbul. Fantastic. So we've got ourselves a full stack in here. Try and hold out. If they don't attack us this turn, we'll go out and we'll try and take them on in the field. Just see if sheer numbers will do the job. We know that doesn't work, Thomas. Right. This guy, I'm just going to send him over to the fish, and he can hang out there and go and, he can just go and catch the octopus for everyone. That'll be marvellous. But what we want to do with this force is send it down to Tekelman, and I think that was as at the start, retake that. We just need to see if this guy is going to engage us first, because if they know that's empty, they'll give it a poke, I suspect. So hopefully, these guys are coming down here, hopefully in 2 separate forces. I reckon on a bridge we should be okay. Got some decent troops here, actually. These, the Zacatecos are pretty nice, aren't they? Give them around, very good stamina. They can hide anywhere, so they can make good use of those. If indeed I want to use some tactics at some point in this campaign, I might consider it at some point. As for now, though, yes, it's time to take on Gileanco, which I almost butchered once again, and probably did. So, attack the city. 6 rams, that will have to do. Inside this town, then, are some Holkans, the Lollipop Men, the Batab, and the Mine Archers. Yeah, these are all... It's part of the reason I thought the mines might be easiest, because these are not particularly good units, are they? But the reinforcements might cause us a few more problems. I think our best bet is likely to try and catch these out in the field. And I know I say that isn't the most sensible plan, but if we can get these guys out in the field, pick them off there, we do have double the size of their force. Hopefully we can do that, then wander into the town without too many problems. Let's give it a go. In they come immediately then, and I suspect with the Hulkans throwing in, we are going to take a few hits very, very soon indeed. I have actually got my best units at the front on this occasion, just because I wanted to try and pin them proper and true. So you get yourselves into that flank. You guys try and get out. Same with these chaps, actually. The further they can get, the better. All of my missiles go to fire, and my javelin men are going to try and flank as soon as possible. Charge on in, my good sirs. Charge on in. And very, very soon, hopefully, without them doing their silly skirmishing thing, we can do some hefty, hefty damage. So, throw some javelins into those Temple Guard. You guys are all going to do that. You guys are going to throw in there. You're going to throw into those chaps as well. I think we've got a few breaks already. Yeah, this is looking good. You guys get yourselves through there as well. Keep the javelins going. Yeah, we've got plenty of breaks. We've got them absolutely surrounded at this point. They're not going to last very long at all. A few of them fighting to the death, which is not really the best, but just a few more fire arrows just to finish them off. And at this point, I should probably make sure that none of them get away, actually. So these 2 units, can you just run over there and just intercept them? Thank you very much. So with you, Mr. Javelin Men. Can you just start to pull away slightly? I don't want any more of these missiles in here. Right. Yeah, they are absolutely slaughtered. We need to see more of this kind of nonsense, it should be said, because this has been absolutely textbook and what we need to see a lot more of in this campaign. So just get on top of them, absolutely block and slaughter every last one of them. I really don't want them getting into the city. All of you... Oh, a lot of them are getting through. Okay, we'll just have to see what we're left with. But a few of these Lollipop Men are making it through. You know what, we'll just follow them through, because at the moment they won't activate the towers because they are still routing. They're actually back, which isn't ideal. But is the gate going to shut for us? It might well shut for us here. No, there, the temple guard. It's going to reopen. Keep running, keep running, keep running. Game, don't. Oh, well done. We managed to shut ourselves out. Oh, well. It happens sometimes. It happens. Right, we'll stand there, get a few shots in while you can, go off fire, and we'll just have to meet them on the plaza. And with the gate open, then the lollipop men are going to get taken down. We really need to get a few men in here to stop these towers all shooting us down. But we should be okay. I think the missiles will hopefully be able to do the job we need. Get these chaps onto flames. Shoot the flames in. These guys are just on guard. Well, they were on guard mode, but they have failed on guard mode. There we go. That's a little bit of braking. Actually, we'll take them off guard. We'll just go for a little charge. As I say, I'm quite happy just using up these basic lands as much as possible. That's fine. The main thing is we don't get shot by those towers whilst we wait around. So I'm quite happy. There we go. Oh, therefore. It's a lot of firepower. Okay. Yeah, I just don't want these towers to all start shooting me down. But it does look like they're starting to poke us with a few missiles as well. So at this point, I'm just going to pull these guys back towards the gate. See if we can... No, we're just going to get shot at this point. Okay. Fine. Let's charge down those archers. What else is left? Holcans, not particularly good. They're all pretty much trash at this point anyway, aren't they? Okay. We'll get the infantry forward. Or the basic lads anyway. You guys can get into that position. And we'll just get the archers into the city. I've got to try and get these guys to start moving in some sort of sensible way. But yes, it's going to be a little bit of a faff. Okay, my men are getting slightly pushed out of the city and all fleeing, which is not really what's supposed to be happening at this point. Some of the lollipop men, you know what? We'll grab a couple javelins. Bring the javelins forward. We'll keep the jaguars back just for a moment. Lovely. Okay. They've retaken that gate for the moment. This is a little bit more awkward than I was hoping, but the archers are at least not dead, apart from that one unit who got themselves a little bit caught out. There's too many missiles just giving us the pokey poke. The archers instantly rout, even though there are only 6 men running at them, which is really rather irritating because I'd love them to shoot these guys down, and it is very much what I need to be happening at this point, but alas, they will not do it, so that is not particularly great. Archers, those of you who can bothered, can you please get into position? That would be absolutely marvellous. As ever, the battle is far more bloody than it need to be. My men will not set up and just shoot them down, so I'm just going to have to do this the most ridiculous and brutal way I can manage, which is to throw all the javelins straight into them. So start throwing in your javelins. That'll be absolutely lovely. I don't really want to lose these guys, but unfortunately I'm just going to have to start getting right in their faces at this point. Perhaps throw into those mine archers right in front of you. For some reason, aren't breaking in spite of not being on the plaza. Quite how they are standing this long, I don't know. We did such an excellent job outside the city, but the morale has absolutely started to kill us. Oh well, let's just get these archers into a better position. These guys can get themselves forward. Is that their general? There we are. He's got himself killed by a javelin. Once again, the javelins are the MVP, as we well know. Is that our general? Probably. Or is that their other general? I think that's both of their generals at this point. How marvellous. Okay, so they're now taking on us, which isn't really what I wanted because, yeah, I'd like these javelins alive for a later point, really. But oh well, that just seems to be the way it is going for us. Keep throwing your javelins in, lads. Keep throwing your javelins. At this point, we do seem to have them in a routing frenzy, so whenever they come near us now, we seem to make them rout, which is ideal. They are still getting a little bit of damage in here or there, but it's not too bad. Oh, we've lost so many more than we were supposed to in this, haven't we? But oh well, it isn't the end of the world. But it's going to make life a little bit harder. We've still got, well, a decent amount of our Eagle Warriors. The Jaguars are holding stead and true. There we go. Sing, 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 sing. 37. Okay, a few of them got healed. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. They had about 1,000 men. We had just over 1,000. We've lost a good third of that army, though. That's not ideal. And, okay, some of our Jaguars have been healed, but honestly, not enough of the Eagles, if I'm honest. Oh, well, we've got the city. And down they go just about. And Tikal is back under our control, as long as the Spanish stay away, I suppose. So we have ourselves the palace, the marketplace, the harvesting. Nothing particularly useful for us. We can actually get some Aztec units. How lovely, but we don't have the money in spite of sacking all of these various different cities. Right, I think we'll have a little look around in my turn because I think that's pretty much everything I can do. A huge affair in Tikal then, in case you can't quite remember where that is. It's this settlement down here. Now with that victory over in Shikalanko, if we can hold on to Tikal and bat them away here in the city, this is how we want to fight the battle, remember. If we can do this, that doesn't, well, there's no general. There's no general in either army. Okay, this is how we want to fight them. This is ideal. If we can have a good solid victory here, this army can start to move back up north along with the Chetumal army, which is unblooded so far. We can, yeah, my scout continue to move around. I can see a decent stack there, but they're starting to get weaned down, as are we, of course. So big victory for us here is imperative. This Mayan army, this Mayan campaign can still go one way or the other. It's very much in the balance. Let's head in. So I completely forgot that this, of course, is not in the city. This is in the field. I never actually sent the army out to do... Oh dear. Well, anyway, I was supposed to send this big army into the city, and I didn't. But at this point, with any luck, we'll be able to hack these guys down anyway. We did plenty of missile support. We'll just go over to fire. We'll just grab a few of you, tell you to aim at them. We'll grab a few of you, tell you to aim at them. No idea what's really happening, but, you know, it's probably fine. Throw some hornets into them as well. Charge into those chaps. Charge into those chaps. And hopefully it'll be the end of these guys before too long. Does it look like we're starting to get on top of them? And at least around... Oh, no, that's us breaking. Well, we do seem to clear them off at the very least. All infantry then. Go and finish off these guys. All missiles. Probably, yeah, probably just go and shoot at those chaps. Get off fire arrows and just onto normal arrows. Run in that general direction. Take them out. Hornet throwers. Oh, I left one of them over there. Right, Hornet throwers, get yourself into that position. We didn't lose too much from that, if I'm honest. So... not the end of the world, but we did lose a few men in that little affair. Right, missiles. Shoot those chaps now before that they shoot into you and cause all sorts of problems. Hornet throwers, can you just cause them a few annoyances as they start to arrive? Just keep them distracted, actually. Since you're in the wrong position, you might as well stay over there. Right, archers, shoot them down. Can we just get... I don't know, you guys go and charge after them because I'd very much rather at this point that we actually get ourselves into position. So, what have we got? We've got more men over there as well. Very strange. We apparently didn't bother actually doing anything when it came to setting up the units of this battle. I was just a bit perplexed really because we weren't inside the city, but that's really entirely my fault. So we'll get ourselves into a vague position here. You guys, you run into the archers. Hornet throwers are already running away. Yeah, just get into them. Just cause them a few issues. Just keep them dancing a little bit. That'll probably annoy them for a while. They're eager. Fresh. Alright, fine. Just run away. You guys, on to fire at will. And by fire at will, I kind of just mean really just aim at all of these guys. Plenty of hornets. That guy's dead, which is good. Those few warriors over on that flank seem to have done something, done their job vaguely, I guess. Those guys, look at that fly of arrows. Only about, what, 10 killed? 50? Alright, fine, 25. It was a few. It was a few, I'll be fair. But we're gonna struggle, aren't we, here? We're really about to struggle rather a lot. Okay. What do I want to do? Let's go and get my archers, a couple of my archers back onto there, because I kind of want them on the flank to shoot into the side. That's very much the Medieval 2 style of missile unit, so I should probably do it that way. The problem I've had is I haven't been able to do that because my men don't stand long enough. Normally, men will stand long enough in Medieval 2 for that not to be a problem, but on this particular game, it has been an issue because they don't ever stand and actually fight. So there we go. Those guys are taking us on. You guys start taking them on. That's absolutely fine. If you guys need to skirmish at any point, should you? No, I'm quite happy with that situation, actually. That's fine by me. We're doing all right. We haven't killed as many as I'd like, but they do seem to be running away by and large. You guys go and chase them down. All infantry start charging at those archers because they look like they're about to lose this battle. Indeed they do. So we'll just do the best we can. Try and clear as many of them off as possible, but without cavalry... Oh, it's a very pretty sunset, isn't it? Yes, without cavalry, we just struggle to really pick them all off. And obviously, if we lose a battle, everyone dies. If they lose a battle, well, lots of them are going to get away, aren't they? That's just like right now. Actually, I should probably let them regroup enough that I can shoot them down a second time. That's genius, Thomas. Should have thought about that one sooner. Okay, infantry is at the very least now charging beyond them. And at that point, we can cut in behind them. There we go. Now you're thinking, Thomas. Now you're thinking. All right, get in there. These guys, some of my guys are kind of routing at this point. Let's be honest about this, but hopefully it's not too much of an issue. Right, you're into them. There are some of them. There we go. That's some of their units. They are just kind of coming back again and again and again, but hopefully there won't be too much of an issue. I'm going to take these guys off fire at this point. You guys, again, just finished doing your job. You throw into those archers because they're annoying me, and it's just going to be a little bit of cat and mouse, but overall I'm pretty certain we're going to be fine. Officially, victory is upon us. No idea how much we've lost here today, but I'm pretty certain we've done a good job of clearing as many of them as possible, so I will take it, I suppose. You guys go off fire and just start shooting since you've got a little bit of missile on you. How are we looking, by the way? 38%, 70. Okay. 70 isn't great, but it will probably have to do. We'll see if we can pick a few more off before they escape. A heroic victory. Oh, it is glorious indeed. A beautiful sunset for a beautiful day. And indeed, 1,300 men has managed to take out just over 1,000 there. And not too many men lost. Hopefully a few healed up. Jaguar Warriors getting healed up once again. They seem to be good at that little number. Okay, let's head back to the campaign map and see how that makes everything else look. In the meantime, then, the Apaches are going to try and pick off our scouts. And it looks like this one is indeed going to get himself slaughtered. But it gives us a little idea that there's a few more we can pick off. So see if he killed no one. He just lost all of his troops. Pontchan going down to the Spanish, which again reminds me that we're never going to be victorious in this campaign, are we? No way we're ever going to be able to take on the Spanish or the English or French for that matter, but oh well. In the meantime, might be able to kill off one or two of the old order. So Tikal. You can merge up. At that point, are we pretty much a full stack? Yeah, essentially, we've got like 3 Hornet throwers here who can probably just hang around in the city, to be honest. So we'll send you out, and the rest of us will join to get... Oh, that wasn't the plan, was it? No. No. Those 3 are supposed to hang outside the city. These guys are going to join together. Now, I'm not sure what we've got to deal with, but we need to organise our troops in a way... Okay, so that's what we've got there. This is less than ideal, to be honest, but we're going to have to make our move at this point or some point soon. Ideally, this guy will take us on in Sri Lanka, and we can try desperately to hold on. But this army does need to start moving on this direction now. So, okay. There are a couple small forces we can pick off. That's okay. That gives us a little bit of vision. These guys can't reach us, which is the main thing. So hopefully they'll go for Shikalanko and we can take off these guys. As for this part of the world, I'm going to use one of these Hornet throwers who are pretty darn useless, all things considered. Send them up as a scout. And we won't always spot everyone, but hopefully we'll have decent enough vision on the world. As for up here with the Apaches then, what is it we're going to do? So. We have ourselves pretty much a full stack up here. Mostly dog soldiers. Not the worst thing in the world. Now you should be able to hold the bridge against these guys. Hopefully they just won't want to attack. That's pretty much what we're hoping for. These chaps are going to keep on coming this direction. And you, sir, are going to wander, yes, over to those scouts that we saw last time. You are 2 turns away as well. Things are starting to look up over in this part of the world. As for the centre of the map then, I'm going to send my army from Pulpul down to Tekelman and hopefully just pick them off whilst they're a little bit indecisive. As for this force, I just thought it's a small force to pick them off in the field, but they are, fortunately, aside from a couple of Tarascan warriors, pretty darn solid troops, aren't they? So that could be problematic. However, I think we're best off trying to pick them off whilst they're hanging around. So that is what we're going to do. Let's head in. Conveniently, we do have ourselves a rather lovely hill position. So if we can get our archers into position in any time soon, then hopefully we can start to shower them with some lovely, lovely arrows. And we're going to get these javelin men, or the arrow warriors, over to the hill here. And the idea really is to try and, well, hold them in position as much as possible. These 2 lads, I'm going to try and get out to the flank. Come on, nice and quick, out to the flank, please. That's not really what the plan was. Okay, so... yeah. Okay, we do have the slight hill advantage, so you guys can try and support this as much as possible. You throw your javelins into them wherever you can. Those are just the Tarascans on this side, so we're going to win that flank, actually. So I might just start sending more and more of them out to try and win that one as easily as possible. Okay, you chaps all get into there. That would be ideal. They're already cleared off over there, aren't they? Oh, that's looking very, very strong indeed. Right, javelins into them. Javelins into them. We got these chaps. Yeah, that's what you want to see. So get yourself through there. Someone's broken, I think, or they're doing weird kind of wanglings. Not quite sure what they're doing. Some fire arrows, please, just laid onto those chaps to start getting as many men as possible in on the surround, please. That would be lovely. Javelins into them. If this was just anything like even half decent defensive units you could just hold for a second, we'd be able to like do so much more with these armies, but they were just really struggling to ever get an envelopment of any sort because no one holds for more than 4 seconds. However, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. We've got a few more men lost than I probably like, 17%. These are good units though. They're good units, and we're trying to get as much of a surround as possible, but it's just not quite happening. At this point, some of these archers, I'm just going to send in for sheer numbers because of these fire arrows are just doing weirdly nothing. So let's just do that. A few of these chaps, the Tarascans, back into battle. I'm just going to try and intercept them. We absolutely missed with that. But hey ho, what are you going to do? Right, hopefully with a few more men piling on, it might just convince them that they should run away. There we go. Yeah, with him gone, hopefully that will be the rest of them starting to collapse. They're breaking there. They're breaking. And I think that is the battle. Okay, good. 25%. 25%. That is not what we needed to see, but if it means that those decent troops are gone, then that's a positive overall. So there we are. We've killed most of the good units. The only ones getting away are the Tarascans, who are terrible. They're too terrible to actually bother turning up and actually, you know, sticking around to die. With them dealt with and then fleeing over to the bridge here, they probably, well, they could already see we're on the way. That's fine. But yes, we have lost a decent amount of the troops there. Hopefully not too many of the good ones. Yeah, half of the Eagle, well, half of one unit of Eagle Warriors and half of that unit of Jaguars, which isn't ideal, but I guess it's what we'll have to just have to deal with for the time being. If they want to take on the town, we should be okay. assuming there aren't too many good units. It might be, though, they never bother to attack, and we can hopefully just grab the army for ourselves in time. Don't know what we do with it. Maybe go and deal with whoever these guys are up to, and also the Chimicheks, of course. Chimimek, or the Chichimek. That's the one, Chichimek. Who seem to be working their way up for our territories right now, because, yes, more and more of it has become theirs, and obviously that was inevitable at this particular place in time. So, what I want to do, I want to make sure that these guys couldn't get to me, so I'm just going to swing around here. Got 3.5 stacks now. That's good. I don't need any more than that, I wouldn't have thought. The rest of them are all gathering down on the Grande, which is absolutely grande, as you might well imagine I was about to say. Oh yeah, of course, there's a 4th army. Yeah, we'll be absolutely fine. The Apaches up in the north are getting more and more intriguing. Obviously, I am slowly marching my army on their capital, but in the meantime, more and more little forces have appeared, including this chap here. So we can get ourselves 2 generals if we are clever about it. Obviously want to avoid taking them on as much as possible. However, if I can give these guys a little poke here or there. Maybe, yeah, push him that side of the river. That would be grand. Okay, you do that. You, sir, give him a little poke. Give him a little poke. Okay, this is good. We're starting to push them in the right kind of a direction. Now you, sir, you want to... Oh, what do I want them to do? I need to get some men a little bit closer to this guy to help him out, because it's a full stack in there, isn't it? Yes. So we're going to siege that one out, and we'll probably need 2 forces to do it. Luckily, their cities don't last a huge amount of time. But yes, we're going to need to try and hold these off. So this full stack here, this half stack, and this stack will have to do that job, while those 2 go and take the city. Don't want to get any closer. Just want to keep these 2 together for the time being. We should be able to reach their inner turn if and when we need to. So that's looking pretty darn positive. Now, as for the rest of this, yes, I noticed there was a little set of troops over here. You might think from the captain that it looks exciting, like we've got armour and proper troops, but no, we don't get any proper troops. We don't get any Spanish rebels, unfortunately. Despite the fact this is in Spanish territory, no, we didn't get any of those troops, even from the Europeans, or at least not from the Spanish as far as I can see. So, yeah, we're not going to get any good troops. Don't worry about that. So these guys are essentially going to have to get themselves killed. Okay, I thought that was the Tenacious Human logo for a moment, but alas, it is not. The game was not happy about that. Those were never going to make it. Maybe they could have made it all the way around eventually, but no, the Spanish are already over here, you must bear in mind. So an interesting little point there, but hey ho. Right, these guys over here, these need to be taken out. There's no general with them, so best pick them off whilst we have the opportunity. And I'm still really unsure what to do with these guys, and I just wish I had a full stack over here to help them out. It's almost as if 4 extra units would have been perfect. I don't have time to wait for those other lads, so we only need to get moving forward pretty quick. Now, if they're not going to come for me, I'm just going to have to go towards them. I'll leave those 13 in there, just to make sure we don't get stabbed in the back by the Mayans, but I'll tell you what, they'll fancy their chances in the field. Where can you get to? Right. I don't want you to be able to reach me, if at all possible. I don't want you being involved in this battle. So you get yourselves here in the meantime. I can see where you are. That's a decent position. We'll continue to scout in that sort of an area. Up in the north towards Chicken Pizza, what do we have? A fairly sizable stack, actually. Yeah, a good half stack with tons of those priests that we struggled to murder. Indeed, they frighten enemy infantry. Indeed, they do. Of course, they do. Well, I think we might have to try a sneaky manoeuvre, in which case, I think it's time. I think it's time for the all-or-nothing move on the Mayans here. And, well, I guess I'm going to leave one of the Hornet Throws behind. But I'm going to send these guys as much around the side as I possibly can. And hopefully we can maybe pull an army out of the way and give them a stab in the back. But to do that, we're going to have to go and deal with these chaps first, because I could do with taking them out of the game. So. Oh, there's the other force. We didn't know they were there, don't worry. But I had forgotten that you were there. Anyway, let's head in. Let's take them out. Time for our archers to do some good work at long last. They've got themselves a lovely hill advantage and plenty of weakly armoured men to shoot down. It's a decent start on the javelin men, not too shabby. Yet more of them coming in. They are reloading. To be honest, it's probably worth just giving them a little bit of charge. So charge on in, my good sirs, charge on in. The Hornet Throwers are going to do their filthy business. And I tell you what, Mr. Jaguars, you might as well get yourselves out to that flank there. Archers, you do the same. And on the note of archers, all of you, please go off of your annoying missile mode. Skirmish mode, that's the one. Okay, it's hard to see what's going on because of all the flashing, but these Hornet Throwers are the absolute bane of my existence on this particular campaign. You can almost never tell what's going on, but we have seemed to have cleared them out, which is good news. So the main issue we once again have is we just can't actually catch up with them to slaughter them, which is a bit of an issue. There are reinforcements coming, by the way. Where are they? They're probably quite close. We've got infantry busy over there mopping up them. Our archers are going to have to do a little bit of actual fighting, but hopefully the sheer numbers will do the job, albeit one unit definitely did start fleeing, but I'm hoping that, yeah, sheer numbers is going to somewhat carry the day. They're wavering and they're only basic militia. Come on, there we go, they're out in now. More Nakan warriors are heading into the battle, but to be honest, I'm suspecting this battle is essentially done. They're now covered in hornets. My infantry are now cutting back into battle. Some of them have actually returned, which is surprising. They're steady rather than ravering around. I can't even tell. They really could have figured out a better thing to do for the hornets than the flashing the lights like that. But hey ho, we'll finish them off, and hopefully we'll have enough of our units left to show for us at the end of the battle. Quite a few of them getting back into battle at this point, which is a little bit strange, but I suppose it works for me because it just means that I get to slaughter them just that little bit more, which is very much what I'm looking for, albeit, oh look, some people have actually come back into the battle. No idea what's going on over there. Something's happening. Anyway, big pile of archers over here is largely doing their job, and the infantry is chasing them off, which is probably good because it means I can catch some of these warriors who are still hanging around over here, and I guess we'll let them run off again because we're never going to catch them. Not quite all of them taken out, but most of them, and that's annoyingly encountered my scout unit, which is not what I wanted to see, but we will just pull off into that direction in the meantime. Hopefully they don't know where I am exactly. So with this guy, what do I want to do? Can he get picked off by these guys? I'm not sure he can, but we'll hang around in this sort of position for now, and we'll just have to do our best if we ever end up in a fight. So it's looking, yeah, as I say, it's crunch time up with the mines. But over here, yes, there was a little bit of intrigue going on. So they've decided to chase us round to Pulpo, which is interesting, which I guess leaves Apatzingan wide open for me to attack, which is what I'm going to do. So, oh gosh, there's more in behind. Of course there's more. There's always more. This is such a frivolous war, because even if I kill them off, what am I going to... I mean, I guess if I were to, like, snipe them off at this point, I mean, they can easily take me on and beat me in all these cities, but there's a chance. There is a chance that I might just be able to grab a couple of these forces, and maybe we can move on and take on the Chichimax. We'll have to see about that. But I'm going to mop up around the map, see what's around, and see what intrigue happens on the end turn. Oh my! Oh my, oh my, oh my. They haven't attacked me. Now, these guys are standing right outside the city, but they haven't attacked me. That's very... very intriguing indeed. Okay, if there is any chance of taking these guys out, it is right here and right now. We have got an empty city. Well, this one should be enough of foregone conclusion, you would hope. Hopefully we've got enough to do that. This one looks pretty darn tough with those reinforcements, but if we can manage to pull that one off somehow. I mean, there are good units here. I've got a lot of decent units. I could pick these ones off in the field before they arrive and still maybe win that. I'd rather them rebel and join me, but I'm going to gain a lot of troops one way or another, aren't I? This could be very interesting indeed. Okay. The Tarascan War might just be one yet. We might actually be able to pick them off before the Apaches. On the note of the Apaches, I think it's time. I think it is time, my good sirs, to head in. Oh, look. 3 turns only. Only 3 turns. Okay, they've got men outside, but not a lot. So I'm going to give this guy a little poke. Make sure he's kept off in the right direction. Lovely. Okay, you stand there and you, sir. Ooh, maybe nearer there. Okay, these guys aren't doing anything, which is kind of to my advantage. It's kind of where I want them. Perfect. Right, this is all looking very, very good. The Apaches are 3 turns away from defeat. I'm going to try and grab all these forces as I go. That will give me more to take on the Chichimecs with, who, well, they're not going to quite get to Kolua, or however I'm supposed to pronounce that particular town, but they're not going to reach there in time. This guy, though, is going to have to withdraw because they do have some forces in the general area. So there we are. So somewhere around the Rio Grande we will be able to try and hold them off. That is just lovely. We're going to hopefully have some troops from the Apaches very soon. Not a huge amount of units, but most importantly a few generals. And as for these guys, well, this could be a lot of fun indeed. I fear the mines might well not end up the way I would like it to, but hey, we're going to give it a go. But for now, I will leave you. It's definitely been a much more positive day today. We've had victories. We've not lost today, which is definitely a positive. But we have been losing troops as we've gone. And whilst we've started, I think just putting the terrible troops on guard just to try and hold. I mean, they don't kill anyone on guard on Medieval 2, but they do, well, they kill very, very little if they do. They pretty much just hold position, and that at very least is mean I can try and use the flanking manoeuvres, which when you're infantry only, essentially as we are here without any cav, that seems like it well, it's giving us enough time to get the flanking manoeuvres in, which has been working for us a little bit today. So maybe, just maybe, we can pull this around yet. But then there's Spain and England and France, and then it all goes back to hell. But we'll see what we can do in the meantime. I can take on or take out a few factions. I'll be very pleased with this. But for now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas, this is Tenacious Human, and this has been a Medieval 2 American Rebels campaign. Thank you, and goodbye. Have you heard the good news, my friends? Here's the good news! It's the Pope! Has the Pope ever done as badly as I'm doing as the Pope right now? God only knows. God only knows. Down goes the spoon of destiny. And there he goes! It took every last bolt we had